We made memories that felt like sunshine. Every quiz we crammed for, every inside joke, every holy echo of our laughter. In every laugh, there was joy, and in every moment, a little piece of home. We didn't just graduate, we grew up together.
That's all for the announcement. Thank you for listening, and God bless you. And I hope you do well for the thesis.
Come on in, Troy. Thank you for being on time. I say that sarcastically. Okay. Are you guys ready for all this to start? Yeah? Here we are at the end of all things CBCS. You got to listen to my little speech. You have to listen to my little speech. I doubt that when your parents enrolled you, you were really thinking, or even they were really thinking about the senior thesis. But the truth is, there's very few things, if any, that are more important to classical Christian education than the senior thesis, right? And this is intended to be the time for you to be able to argue something that you really believe in, something you're passionate about. And it's interesting to look at the topics. I mean, they changed a lot from last year. Last year, our biggest topic was education. This year, we have maybe there's a couple that deal with education, but the biggest topic this year is definitely AI, right? AI. We've got at least 8 theses that cover AI in some degree. And in fact, they sort of converged a little more than I wanted to. And there's some overlap there that I'm not all that happy about, but that's okay. And then, and some of you even have contradicting arguments. So it's kind of interesting to hear your AI arguments. But we've got at least 6 that have something to do with marriage or family or parenting. We've got a few that are concerned with LGBTQ. We've got 3 or 4 dealing with biology in some way, and at least several, maybe 4, that have something to do with ecology and green earth and that sort of thing. And so we've got, and then just a whole smattering of many others. But anyway, the art of persuasion, it goes way back, right? It goes back really to the foundations of classical education in Greece and Rome. And I told you at the very first day of school, I think, that it was Aristotle himself. Does anyone remember what Aristotle did? what his contribution was, a lot of contribution. But he's the one who outlined the use of ethos, pathos, and logos to appeal to the audience. And probably the most famous orator of all time was a guy named Cicero in Rome, who developed what we call the 5 canons of persuasive speaking or writing, right? And so that's what we've been doing. That's what we base everything on Cicero's 5 canons of writing or speaking. And it's probably good. Cicero himself pointed to another guy 100 years before him from Greece called Demosthenes. And it's probably a good, in fact, Cicero said Demosthenes was the perfect orator. He lacked nothing. And it's probably a good thing that we didn't use the techniques of Demosthenes, because what he did to prepare for his orations is he would speak with pebbles in his mouth and running on the beach. And that's how he would prepare for his speech. We could have done the Bali trip first and have you guys do some of that with pebbles in your mouth running on the beach. Maybe we'll try that next year. But anyway, the power of persuasion has existed forever. I mean, think about it. Back in the Garden of Eden, the serpent using the power of persuasion to convince Eve to take the bite, right? And the fall began. And ever since then, the power of persuasion is huge. The spoken word, it brings nations to war. You all know about broken relationships because of what people say. And you know about building people up because of what people say. How words can build up, words can break down. They can lead someone to truth, or they can lead someone to lies. Paul used the skills of rhetoric in Athens on Mars Hill to convince the Gentiles that Jesus was the Son of God. Earlier in the year, I started going through 2 Timothy, right? And I never finished that. I kept saying I was. Well, I'm going to finish it right now. And very quickly, because at the end of 2 Timothy, we've got Paul in a very different tone of voice. He knows that his life is about to end. In fact, you can hear it because he's a human. He's not Jesus. He's human fully, nothing else to him. You can hear his tone of voice. He says, where in Philippians he said, I'm running the race. In 2 Timothy says, I finished the race. He says, I'm being poured out even now like a sacrifice. And he says at the end, this is probably the last charge that Paul gave anybody and that we read today. It's this. It says, for the time is coming when people will not endure sound teaching, but they'll have itching ears. They will accumulate for themselves teachers to suit their own passions, and will turn away from listening to the truth and wander off into myths. I think that's where we are today. It is so easy to listen to those who say things that sound good, right? And Paul gave us the truth, which doesn't always sound good. And he goes on and says, for you, always be sober-minded, enduring suffering, doing the work of an evangelist, fulfilling your ministry. The goal of rhetoric is actually for you to learn to speak powerfully and persuasively, and to speak what is true and discern what is not. That's what we really want. Whether we completely, succeeded in that, I don't know, but that's our goal. The Roman rhetorician Quintilian said it this way: rhetoric is the art of a good man speaking well. And so we place the senior thesis right at the top of the education. Some of you view it, and maybe all of you view it, as sort of the last big thing we have to do. Well, really, it's supposed to be the capstone. Everything you've done beforehand is supposed to be preparing you for this, including the jingles you did in grammar school, the memorizing the Ephesians in grammar school, learning logic from Mr. J.C., all of those things are intended to prepare you for this. It's the capstone. And so hopefully we can see it that way. And my hope and prayer is that just like for so many students before, the experience would be valuable for you and actually make an impact on your lives, including in your college after this, your university after this. Every year, including the last few weeks, I've heard from former students who say, this experience was so valuable. They say writing essays for them is so much easier than most of the students they know. And they say because of senior thesis and the work they did in 11th grade as well. And so I pray that this experience gives you all the confidence you need for the next level. And so finally, I want to say that, believe it or not, although you guys have kept me up at night and scared me a bit, and maybe some of you are still scaring me, I am proud of you guys. You've done a good job. And it's hard to imagine that you guys, you know, it seems like yesterday to me when I was teaching you guys online The Hobbit, because I'm 61 years old. And so, you know, several years ago seems like nothing to me. So I still remember that like it was yesterday. And I didn't really know you guys except for your forehead in that year. Except for Eben, I knew the side of his face. He was always like, I don't know what he was looking at. Eben, what were you looking at? Always looking the other way. So I don't know what was going on, but that's how I got to know you guys first. And so it's really hard to imagine that you are those same 8th graders. But you really worked hard, and I've seen it, and it shows. And so now, to those of you who are going to present today, the hard work is done. Relax. Trust in your preparation. And to everyone else, let's encourage each other, cheer each other on, and let's finish strong. Thank you. And so I wanted Mr. Abed to come up and give you guys some encouragement as well.
Thank you, Mr. Wade. Hi, guys. This is the day, yeah. Finally, after who's here since preschool? Wow, we have some. Ya, jadi semangat semuanya. I mean, you have been here maybe 3 years, maybe 6 years, maybe 12 years, maybe 15 years. So this is the culmination, the result, yeah, the product of your educations after you have been so many years in Cahaya Bangsa, yeah. So do your best. I know you guys are nervous, of course, yeah. So do your best and good luck, yeah. So let me pray for you, yeah. Let me pray for you. I'll pray in bahasa Indonesia, ya. Allah Bapa yang bertata dalam kerajaan surga, terima kasih buat pagi hari ini, pagi yang indah, pagi yang cerah, dan Tuhan boleh berikan kami semua kesehatan untuk bisa hadir di tempat ini. Tuhan, 2 minggu ke depan akan berlangsung Thesis Defense yang akan dilakukan oleh para anak-anak siswa-siswi Cahaya Bangsa kelas 12. Terima kasih buat kesempatan yang Tuhan berikan untuk mereka boleh bersekolah di Cahaya Bangsa, untuk punya guru-guru yang suportif, untuk punya orang tua yang suportif, dan juga teman-teman yang luar biasa yang mendukung mereka satu sama lain. Dan Tuhan, aku berdoa biar meminta Engkau memberikan kekuatan, meminta Engkau memberikan hikmat dan perlindungan dan kemampuan untuk mereka bisa melakukan thesis defense dengan baik, untuk mereka bisa mempresentasikan tesis mereka dan juga menjawab setiap pertanyaan yang ditanyakan oleh panelis. Dan biar benar Tuhan, lewat Thesis Defense ini mereka boleh mempertunjukkan, mereka boleh mempertontonkan hasil dari pembelajaran mereka selama mereka di Cahaya Bangsa. Dan biarlah melalui Thesis Defense ini melalui apa yang mereka lakukan, namamu boleh dimuliakan lebih lagi, dan mereka juga boleh lebih siap untuk bisa keluar dari Cahaya Bangsa dan benar-benar menjadi cahaya buat bangsa-bangsa, buat komunitas, buat dimanapun mereka berada pada nantinya Tuhan. Terima kasih, menyerahkan juga Mr. Wade sebagai moderator dan setiap panelis yang ada, setiap tim teknis yang ada, setiap guru yang mendukung, Tuhan berikan hikmat, Tuhan sertai kami semua. Terima kasih Bapak, sekali lagi kami menyerahkan proses Thesis Defense 2 minggu ke depan ke dalam tangan-Mu, hanya dalam nama Tuhan Yesus Kristus, kami berdoa mengucap syukur, amin. Okay, so before we start, maybe I'll just give you some expectations for you to follow ya. Well, if you're here since early childhood, you know with principles, right? Respect authorities, esteem others, accept responsibilities, and diligent in all things. Yeah, so you are here in the last 2 weeks. I know that maybe some of you already wanting to check out from schools ya. Udah aduh nih tinggal 2 minggu lagi. Gue udah gak pengen sekolah, gue udah pengen bebas, gue udah pengen segala macam. But still I think this is the crucial time for you to hold on. Karena biasanya at the end of time that will be the hardest, right? Biasanya kayak di beginning kayak misalnya kita lari olahraga, biasanya masih awal masih kuat nih, masih punya stamina segala macam. Biasa mendekati akhir, at the end of the competitions, then you will get tired, right? You will get weary. I think this is the most important time for you to show your capacity, to show your capacity that you can finish well, you can finish strong in thesis defense, but also in how you act. In how you act, in your manner, and in your response. So respect authorities, esteem others, especially. So just several expectations that I want to ask you to follow. That starting later on the first session of the thesis defense until the end later, before you enter this room, please collect all devices to the standby teacher. There will be standby teachers. I think this period is Mr. JC, but I think Mr. JC for today, you just need to take attendance. But on each sessions, there is a standby teacher. So please collect all device, meaning smartphone, tablet, including laptop, to the green basket over there. The teacher will stand by there. So when you are in this room, I don't want to see any device. And I believe that for all presenters of the day, you guys are using the printed versions, right? So nggak butuh device gitu ya. No, nggak, kalian nggak butuh. Butuh gak? Ask Mr. Wade if, by the way, if the presenter of the day need the device, you can ask permission for Mr. Wade. All they get is one A4. Oh, I'm sorry guys. That's not. Okay, And then I like this sitting, so you may only sit on the first 4 rows. Why? Because later on, there will be some attendee like your juniors, the 11th graders, the 10th graders, teachers will come to watch you. So I want all seniors to only sit in the first 4 rows and let the back rows empty. For the other to sit. Okay? Presenters must sit here. 5 per day, right? 5 or 6? 5 or 6, later we will add the chairs here. Okay? And then the last one is like I said, please respect and esteem teachers and your friends. When you're presenting in the front, you don't want your friends to like sleeping or talking with your friends or not paying attention to you, right? I mean, that's supposed to be like that. So please pay attention to whoever presenting in the front. I think they are required to give some questions, right?
So this is, I forgot to mention this to you guys, sorry. So what I do want you guys to send a question up to me as you listen to the presenters, right? And so as you hear questions, write it on a piece of paper somewhere. I know probably you didn't bring paper because I forgot to tell you, but borrow some from Evan. He's probably got a lot. or someone else, and write a little question and just bring it. Someone needs to bring it up to me while the question and answer is going on, okay? Or at the very end of the thesis. All right? Got it? Okay.
Oh, maybe we can prepare the paper. Do you guys have a pen today? Pen nggak bawa juga, luar biasa kalian ya, maksimal. They don't even bring
Yeah,
pen.
sorry. I forgot to tell
That's fine.
everyone.
Starting tomorrow, perhaps. Yeah.
Starting tomorrow.
But if you want to start today, extra credit maybe. Yeah, extra credit. Mr. Wade is nice. I'm not nice. I never give extra credit, right? Haha. Siapa tuh yang haha? Okay. So during the sessions, please be attentive. Don't get distracted or be distractions. Yeah. No toilet either during session. Huh? Yeah. Okay. Am I clear? Is it clear? Yes. Kalau perlu banget, talk with the state. Enggak lah, nggak perlu banget lah. Ya diusahakan sebisa mungkin tidak ya. Okay. Any other questions? And by the way, I heard that the toilet here is not available ya. So if you want to go to the restroom, you need to go to the restroom in the ground floor. Ya, tahu ya di situ ya. Oke. Alright, I guess that's all I have. Mr. Bram, do you have any additional? That's it? Yeah. We will start preparing papers for you lah. So tomorrow you just need to bring pen ya. It's just easy to see what. Jadi nggak kayak beda-beda kertasnya tuh susah ngeceknya. Oke. Oke, that's all. Thank you. Semangat semuanya.
Yeah.
Gak ada yang tepuk tangan nih.
It seems like there was one more thing I was going to say, but I've already forgotten what it is. So I think we're done. You know, as we say in Indonesian, semangka, watermelon. Okay. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. I'm not doing that. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. All right. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. All right, we will start promptly at 10 minutes after 10. If you're going to be here all day, you can hang around here. But if you're going to leave, then that's fine. You may leave. If you're not signed up to stay all day. All right, we will start. Be here at 5 minutes. Oh, yeah. Here's what I was going to tell you. I forgot. Here's the thing. As soon as, if you're the speaker, here's what the plan is. As soon as you finish, and we finish the Q&A, and we say time's up, then what we're going to do is go immediately over here to take photos with you, your family, friends, anybody else. We're on a tight schedule, though, so we're going to do that quickly and then get ready for the next speaker. Does that make sense? All right. So don't forget, don't just hang out here talking. We've got to get photos first. Okay? All right. Thank you, guys. I'll see you guys back here at 5 after 10 o'clock.